He's freaking out.
Oh, sorry, I didn't update anyone. We were actually meeting beforehand. I didn't know you actually posted this started at 8 today.
Oh, thanks, Dave. I'm going to forward this to him.
That's what they sell there.
I told everybody yesterday.
I didn't know that. I thought so. They're all wondering.
Yeah, we were in here chatting about some things.
Okay, just stop saying some things and just tell me. It's coming out.
All right, let's just do the podcast.
Okay.
Oh, Beth is right. We were sitting there reading their chit chat, laughing.
They've been chatting with each other the whole time.
I'm seeing them chat in the message. So let's see. Amanda was apologizing because she was on time, so that's why it was not happening on time.
Wait, did you tell people what time we were going live?
When I was live yesterday, I said on the main page, I was like, oh, supporters, yes, there's a podcast tomorrow because Thursday is move-in day for Matthias at college.
Oh, so this isn't a makeup episode. This is a
we would have missed again because we missed last week because of Michigan.
Got it. Good job wrangling us together to do this.
Yeah. So are you looking for a ride? You ready right now? Okay, but it's 8:33, so it's time to go. Did you not wear that shirt because of those things?
No, they ripped as soon as it came off. Or I put it on.
That can't possibly be.
You spent $30 on that shirt, didn't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't wear it. It's cold.
Okay, please take her to school. I love you. Goodbye.
Leave site. Changes you made may not be saved. I haven't even moved. Why would it say that?
Oh, where'd you go? Now Tiffany's gone.
Hello?
Okay. Goodbye. I love you. Have a good day.
I'm right here.
Okay. There you are. You're back.
Oh, I was like, can nobody see me? I'm just sitting right here.
No, we see you.
Where's the camera?
The camera's right here. You want to put your head in and say hi to Miss Tiffany?
I can't.
What's up, Sophia?
Wait, you can't
Look at
see
your Lil Wayne shirt, girl. Okay. The quarter.
laggy.
It's lagging. There.
Oh my gosh.
Look at your you're just like,
So you pop it forward. Tell my baby it's real.
All right. Goodbye. We got to get going.
Ask her if she knows Steady Mobbin. Tell her I know every word to the song.
Steady Marvin.
No, Mobbin.
Mobbin.
Who's that?
Steady Mobbin. It's a song
Tell
from
her to
Lil
take
Wayne.
that fucking shirt off then. No,
She
just
said,
kidding.
take
Don't.
the fucking shirt off then. You
No,
know
don't
jack
tell her I
shit
said
about Lil
that.
Wayne.
Don't tell her I said that, Meredith.
Poser.
No, I didn't say that. I love you, Sophia. Please still like me better than
She-
your mom.
She can't hear you. She left and I have the headphones.
Damn.
Got
You're
real,
like,
real.
If she's going to hate me, she's
No.
going to hate everybody.
No.
Oh,
All right.
Wasabi, big ballin' is my hobby.
Okay. Welcome to Take It or Leave It. I am one of your hosts, Meredith Masony.
And I'm Tiffany Jenkins. This podcast will discuss all things marriage, motherhood, everything in between. Please remember, we're not professionals at anything you may actually need. So any advice we give you, you can take
Or leave because it might be crap. On today's episode of Take It or Leave It, we're going to talk about a bunch of random shit that's going on in our lives. And guys,
We're talking about guys?
no,
Oh. Sorry.
we're going on tour.
What, bitch? Are you just announcing?
I'm just announcing it because we've been dropping little hints, little Easter eggs have been happening. But I have news for you. We are going to be taking the podcast on the road, coming live to do this in front of live studio audiences against our better judgment.
Yeah, baby.
And we will have dates coming up for you shortly.
Mhm.
So just know that we have given our wish list of cities and states and places that we want to go and see people and do this podcast. So it is going to happen. We just don't have all of the deets for you yet, but we're just letting you know. Be ready. Be
This
prepared.
has been such a long time coming, dude.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah. So it is exciting. Yeah. See, everybody in here is like, we've been waiting for the words to come out of your mouth. Finally, she said it. Jace. Yeah.
I'm like, I have a big secret. I can't tell you, but it involves us being on a plane and going city to city. And
it involves a tour, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
That's funny. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but mostly like just stoked, dude. Like I have no reservations whatsoever about going on tour with you because I feel like I have.
Well,
I mean,
we
I
did.
have, but I mean, just me and you.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. It really, really is because we have been doing the podcast for a while now, and let me also put in the caveat that we do this shit for free. So it's not like we're like doing it and it's like, oh, well, we have to keep doing this because it pays all these bills and it does this and it does that. No, we do this shit because we love this shit.
Yeah.
Because we are not, we have tried to make money. We absolutely do run ads when people when people are dumb enough to give us money.
Yeah. Don't say that, Meredith.
Okay.
What the fuck?
All right, Phil, cut it out. But the point is, this has never been something that was just like, you see some of these people with these podcasts and you're like, gosh,
It's
they're
a full-time
making
job.
Yeah, they have to be making so much money, right? Like, no, we just really love doing the fucking podcast.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a check from you since 2018.
I mean, we haven't. It's not fiscally responsible to be doing what we're doing, but we love it so much. And we thought, if we're going to go back on the road, why don't we just double down on doing what we love?
Mhm.
And hopefully people will come to see it, because the other great thing about the live podcast is there's a good chance that if you're sitting in that audience and we will be doing live interaction with the audience members, you could end up on the fucking show.
You will end up on the fucking show.
Yeah. So I just think, it's time. We may as well. I mean, obviously, we've been dancing around it, like spelling it out with smoke signals and all sorts of shit. But
I'm stoked.
listen.
I hope people remember me and show up.
Listen, bitch, the other day I got stopped somewhere and I was like, aren't you Tiffany Jenkins' friend? And I'm like, I don't even fucking like her. So no, I'm not Tiffany Jenkins' friend.
Do you swear that happened?
It did the other fucking day.
Oh, my ego really needed that. I've been going out a lot and nobody knows me anymore. And I'm like, are you sure you don't recognize me from anywhere? The internet, perhaps?
Perhaps.
But nobody ever does.
Oh my God.
That's good. It's my dream, actually. I just want to live a normal life.
You're so funny. I'm so tired of being like Taylor Swift level famous. I just want to go to the grocery store, guys.
It's exhausting.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm
it's
so
too
grateful.
Much. Yeah, so it's good. So it's out. Well, obviously, we're going to be talking about that a little bit. We are hoping to have dates to you coming up relatively soon. I figure we could start with where were we last week? So the reason there wasn't an episode is because literally on Monday of last week, Dave and I had to book flights to Michigan to go and see we booked Tuesday because we flew Wednesday. So we got the green light that they were getting ready to start shipping out the Laundry Lady detergent sheets from the warehouse in Michigan. And I wanted to be there for shipping day.
Uh-huh.
And so I missed them starting to package the product because I wanted to be there to sign boxes before they were putting them into the packaging.
Aw.
But I missed that because we just couldn't get there for Wednesday with the way the flights worked, because we didn't arrive until late afternoon because there's like one flight out of Jacksonville and it doesn't leave until 11:30, which doesn't get us into Michigan until like 3 p.m. So anyway, we get there and they had already started packaging. So I just dove into the boxes that they were packaging and just started signing the actual package. And it was just signing my name with hearts and XOs and all this stuff just on the packages inside the bins. Like I was just jumping into bins and like throwing things out and writing on
video?
them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
Okay.
we shot video for a couple of hours, and because we realized we have to start making advertisements because we've not been advertising it. I texted it to Tiffany, so it's in my messages. So yeah, so that was one of the most surreal experiences of my quote unquote work career, was going into a warehouse and realizing that we had an aisle in the warehouse full of our laundry detergent. And even before we got there, they had to take down over 50% of the product to package it and ship it out. So half of the aisle was already gone because it had already been sold.
That's so cool, dude. That I imagine that would be surreal.
And it was the weirdest thing. And the John, the guy who owns the warehouse, was showing us around. He was, first of all, everybody at the warehouse was wonderful, but this guy, like, we invaded his space. He allowed us to, you know, just kind of take over and be in the area. And he was super cool about it. And he's like, "This is your aisle." And I'm like, "My aisle? Oh my God." John.
Aw, John. Poor John.
Stop it, John. And so it was so cool to see that. And so we shot some ad spots. Dave was there, and he was like, "I do not, we need to package these with a firmer crease. I need you guys to come back over here. We're going to crisp the crease here."
Of course.
And so he was telling them how to because it was so everything we use is recyclable and compostable, right? Our packaging, everything.
Awesome.
Like, we refused because when we were talking with him, he's like, "These mailers that you guys want me to get are super expensive." He goes, I can ship these in super cheap plastic, right? And I'm like, "John, we will never ship in super cheap plastic." And he's like, "Heard." And from that moment, because he's a warehouse guy, like, he's like, "I'm looking at costs, and this is way more than clients spend." And I'm like, "Not us. We will use recyclable, compostable material because we are trying to go as close to zero a footprint as we possibly can." And he was great about it. And he sourced it and found us the stuff. But it is harder when you are being as environmentally conscious as we are trying to be, because compostable materials, recyclable materials like that can get a little bit messy, right? Because it's all recycled papers and things like that. So Anyway, super long story that nobody cares about. He was great about sourcing all of that, but you had to really like crease these because they're like cardboardy and they're bags. So it was hard to do. So poor Dave, by the end of the day, his fingers hurt so bad because he was resealing and resealing, just like, thousands of packages were mailed out, and he was just doing it over and over and over again. So anyway, it was a great day. It was wonderful. It was the first time we left the kids in Matthias's care while we were away from home, not just away from home, but out of state.
Wow. What was that like?
It was weird. But the kids were really good about checking in. They did all of the things that they needed to do. And he kept everybody safe and drove everybody to their activities and got everybody to where they needed to be. And it was fine. And so we got home, and once we got home, it just shifted into this week, which is getting him ready for drop off at college. So it went very quickly into the next step. Do you want me to tell everybody what we did in Michigan?
Did you guys have a threesome?
Oh my God.
No. I thought.
What?
Sorry. I thought we were
Tiffany
on
asked if we had a threesome.
same page.
No.
Hey, listen, he has.
I'm not sure. She gave me a sandwich and I sat in the corner.
Okay.
Oh, I get it.
So stupid.
C-U-C-K. Do you know what that is,
So-
Meredith?
What?
C-U-C-K?
Yes. No.
Okay.
So we had a fun night.
I'm surprised you know what that is.
When we first got there, we got checked into the hotel. We went to Target because, of course, I forgot a couple of things. I needed Sharpies to sign the packages and stuff like that.
Where's that receipt?
I don't know. And then we drove past Carl's Golfland, which is apparently like the golf mecca of golf stores. And we stopped in there for 45 minutes while Dave ran around like a kid at Disney World. And then we went back to the hotel and we sat on the patio and we had drinks and got giggly.
Did you guys do it on the balcony?
Oh my God, no. Where?
I'm just waiting for some excitement in the story. Let's
That
go.
was
Golf
the
world, nobody gives a shit. Tell me
Okay.
about the balcony sex.
First of all, we were staying at a Hampton Inn. What type of balcony situation do you think there is? Dave won't spend more than $129 on a hotel room. Okay. Jeez.
All right.
There's
Fair.
no Ritz-Carlton balcony sex
Okay.
happening.
Okay. Sorry.
So we had some drinks on the patio and got giggly and had a good time. And we had no kids. We had no responsibilities. So we, got tipsy, walked to Five Guys, got burgers and shakes.
Oh,
It was cute. Cause so like right before we went to walk, because we were drinking, so we weren't going to drive anywhere. Right. So Five Guys is what was in the plaza. So that was dinner. So Dave was like, hold on, before we leave, I have to go to the bathroom. So when he walks out of the bathroom, he had tucked his shirt all the way in and pulled his pants up, like just under his nipples. And he walked out of the bathroom and I started laughing so hard and trying not to pee my pants because all in that moment I looked at him and I was like, stop, you can't let people see you like this. Like it was the dumbest thing ever. And I don't know why I was so concerned with people seeing him.
Because you thought he was serious, probably. Knowing
No,
Dave, he would go out like that.
I was Give me the picture. Give me the picture on your phone. I'm going to
thank
put it up on
God.
the camera so people can see it. Tiffany, when I tell you that I have not laughed that way, I was literally standing there and he was like, watch out, move. I got to get to Five Guys. And I was like, please don't leave. Please don't leave.
That's so freaking cute, dude.
I was like, please don't leave looking like this. People will see us. And I'm dying laughing, right? Because I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And he was like, please move out of the way, ma'am. I must get a burger. And I was pissing my pants. I literally peed in my pants. It was so funny. I'm trying to get him to.
So cute that you guys got that moment.
So then after we left the lobby, you texted it. It's in the group chat.
Our group chat?
No, it was. I'm trying to see if it'll pull
Oh
up.
man, that's not what I pictured. First of all, are those bats on his shirt?
Yeah, so he's wearing a Foo Fighter shirt, but see how tucked in his shirt is, and like
Wait, you exaggerated. That is not up to his nipples. I think he looks great.
It was. I think he had walked and they had come down a little bit because then I made him stand by this light pole and take a photo, like
That's
a
hilarious.
photo shoot. Like it was 1986, and we were like, I was like, be glam.
His
be
eyes aren't
glam.
even open. I love it.
No, because
He just came into focus.
he was drunk as a skunk. So we were just walking over to the Five Guys, right? And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, oh my God, everybody's gonna see his shirt tucked in. Like, I don't know why I thought it was the biggest. Oh, here are his eyes open. I don't know if this one is any better. So anyway,
That's so funny.
it was hilarious. I thought it was super funny.
That's
and
so cute.
It was just dumb and silly. And so
you guys got to
was-
do that more.
yeah. So, and then Dave at the end of the night, we were laying in bed and Dave rolled over and he goes, see, you could be fun if you wanted to.
Oh my God. Okay. We were so close, Dave. We were so close.
And I was like, So anyway, so we went back to the room. We ate our Five Guys in bed.
Whoa. Reword that.
We ate our burgers in bed, which Dave's order was, get this, a grilled cheese,
Yum.
2 double cheeseburger patties,
Oh my.
another grilled cheese under it to make a double grilled cheese double patty burger.
Shut your mouth.
That's what he had them make. And we cut it in half, and that's what we ate.
Holy shit. That sounds like the best drunk food ever.
Yep. And fries. They give you just this whole sack of fries. I had no idea. I was like, sir, a village did not order these fries. It was one person. And he's like, that is a small. And I was like, what?
That's so funny.
It was the largest amount of fries I've ever seen.
He went home. He's like, this middle-aged couple came in tonight and they were wasted. The guy had like the highest pants on.
I know.
The lady was just in awe about the fries. It was nuts.
So many fries. So anyway, but I will tell you this. You want to know the fun part? So when we were at Target, besides the Sharpies that we purchased for the boxes, there was a pair of pretty underpants.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not call them that. Can we start there?
They were, I'm sorry, this is going to get risque.
Okay.
Thongs.
That's not where I thought you were
Please
going.
mark the episode explicit.
Please mark the episode explicit.
There were, I got really hot when I said it, thong underpants.
Okay.
A bottle of what is probably now our favorite lubrication.
Oh, we're sharing.
Okay.
We're sharing stories today.
And a set of ping pong paddles. What happened, Tiff? You got quiet?
I have some questions.
Yes. What's your question?
Those 3
And
items
beer.
specifically
And
that
beer.
you put on the
Yeah.
conveyor belt
Yeah.
and purchased.
Mhm.
Are they all for the same activity?
Yeah.
Meredith,
What?
are you kidding? You guys are like, we're just going to spank the shit out of each other tonight? We're going to double spank?
There
What?
was no double spanking.
2 paddles.
Well, that's because they come in a pair. I couldn't just buy one. Do you want me to ask the Target employee, can you cut this out? I only need one.
Can I just say that I love how you were so appalled that I suggested balcony sex? But you fucking went to Target and bought paddles and lube, and I'm the weird guy.
The best part was when we got home and I unpacked the suitcase, I put the ping pong paddles on my dresser because I was trying to figure out where to hide them. And Brian comes in and he's like, cool, we got new paddles for the team. And I was like, no, it's broken. It's broken.
It's broken.
It's broken. Put it down.
Don't touch it. You don't want to touch it. What the fuck is going on here? What in your mind? Okay, so that was, listen, I'm going to assume that wasn't a deliberate purchase. You happen to be passing the ping pong things. And
Nope.
what?
No, I had been trying to find them for a while. Just saying.
You know what? I love it for you.
Listen, okay. Well,
How was
but I
it?
can tell you, I'm not returning them.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, you like it.
Yeah. So what I can tell you is that couples therapy is worth it.
You guys are like
Because
teenagers, dude.
the type of connection
Ooh.
that can come about when you start to talk about your raw emotions, insecurities, fears, what you've been holding back from each other, what you really want and won't ask for.
Yes.
It becomes so, it's like the flashlight is shining right on it and you're forced to talk about it, confront it, and deal with it. Whose ass has the bruises? Well,
Oh, good question.
Dave's shaking his head. It's not Dave.
Okay.
So yeah, it has been, and I'm not going to sit here and be like, go to couples therapy. It's so much fun. Cause believe me, just a couple days ago, Dave and I Dave wasn't yelling. I was yelling, and we were on the side of the road because we were walking. Because we take walks now together, because I've always walked, but now Dave is like, I'm gonna go with you. And so we had gotten into an argument prior to the walk, and while we were walking, and he can't keep up with me when I walk fast. And so while we were walking, he was trying to keep up with me, and I was like, great, today's gonna be the day the cops show up. Keep following me, jackass. And I'm screaming
while you're fucking power mom walking.
Yeah, and I'm walking. Keep coming. Come on. Just do it. Push me. Push that button. And I'm going to call the cops. And stupid shit, because it's like nobody's calling the cops, moron.
Wait, you actually threatened to call the cops?
No, I was like, it'll be the day somebody, because we're yelling at each other outside the house.
Oh, you are.
Yelling at each other.
Okay. I yelled at him. He didn't yell at me.
Right. You don't want to say that on the internet. Cut that, Phil.
Yeah,
There's
he didn't yell at
domestic
me.
disturbance.
No, he didn't yell at me. I yelled at him. And I wasn't saying like, I'm calling the cops on you. I was saying somebody is going to be like, why is that middle-aged couple and that woman with those bruises on her ass?
Oh no, was this after Spankgate?
This was yesterday.
Aww.
But that's the point I'm getting to about couples therapy. You have these great days, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. And then when you're in the middle of talking through these emotions or feelings, okay. When you're in the middle of talking and going through these feelings, you hit a nerve, and the nerve is raw because you've been spending so much time dealing with that. And here's the tidbit that I'll give you from therapy yesterday, because it really resonated and it made so much sense. And our therapist was like, when you are in the middle of having a conversation and you are just completely enthralled with the details of whatever the topic is, like you're going down deep into the details, she's like, stop for a second and then say, what is that detail? What emotion is that eliciting? That's the conversation you have to have. It's not the detail. Because the detail about whatever it is, the argument, the thing that happened, the thing that made you whatever, it's the emotion that is elicited from that action. That's what you have to talk about.
Okay.
So like today on our walk this morning, we were talking about details of something, and I stopped myself and I was like, listen, I just realized in this moment, I'm talking to you about this, but what I'm actually feeling is afraid.
You said that?
Yeah. I said, I'm scared. This frightens me, and this is why it frightens me. And so it was so much easier to talk through it because he understood that it wasn't anger I was having, or it wasn't rage, or it wasn't this. It was, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And so it was so great that she said that. I'm sure she's probably told us that 50 fucking times, but we, like yesterday, we heard it, right?
Right.
And so there were a bunch of other things that sort of came up that we had been talking about. And we both knew that this was going to be such a tough week for us, that things were going to boil over more than normal because we're getting ready to take Matthias to school on Thursday. So we went this morning and we just really talked, as we were talking, we were saying like, What's the emotion attached? Here it is. Okay, great. Move to the next thing or whatever. And so it was a lot easier to get through that conversation when we knew it was really, I'm feeling scared. I'm afraid of XYZ.
I love it. I love that you're applying what you're learning. I think that's so incredible and such a good lesson for people out there.
Yeah. So what I will tell you is between getting my hormones balanced, getting deep into therapy.
Yeah.
Dave just put a post-it up because I think he wants this to be known, but he wants me to say it. So I'll say it. May I see the post-it again? He wants everybody to apparently to know
he is a good husband
that
with a big wiener.
He apparently counted, and for the past 77 days, we have connected 100 plus times in 77 days. And apparently he wants that to be known. So I was like,
wait, what? How
Yeah.
is that legal? First of all, scientifically, second of all, wait, multiple times a day?
There have been more two-a-days than I can count.
And does he have like a tab running?
I'm not sure. He apparently has Post-it notes. I didn't know he was tallying.
Okay.
But I was like, that's fine. Like
We had a conversation about it.
the other night, yeah, when we were drinking on the patio in Michigan.
That's unbelievable.
Well, but that's what I'm telling you. When we
Averages 1.67 times a day.
okay.
Of course, he brings his freaking brain into it.
So, but when I tell you that there is a different level of
Connection.
I mean, it, and that's why when, because people are like, if whatever somebody messaged me, I can't, the shit people say is just, it amazes me. But somebody was like, if things were really that bad, just be honest, you would have gotten divorced. And I wanted to be like, first of all, shit was really that bad. We've decided that as a team, that's not the road we want to take, but we are starting brand new. We are starting this thing over. We are not going back to the relationship as it was. We are not going to treat each other the way we had been. We are going to make every effort to learn and grow and change. I believe that I have been more than generous with what I've shared about my mental health and where I am and what I've been going through to the best that I can and what my husband's had to deal with as a result of that.
Mm.
So, because I think the comment they made was if whatever happened was that bad, you guys would have divorced. And I wanted to be like, So I didn't say anything. I didn't respond. I left it unread, but you get to make choices when really, really bad shit happens in a relationship.
Yeah.
And you can choose to move forward in a different direction, in a different path.
That's appropriate at times.
And it is
can
appropriate at times. I will never say to somebody, work through that physical abuse.
Right.
Ever in a million years.
Right.
Or that neglect, if the neglect is physically harmful or whatever, because we've neglected each other both over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So there are occasions where it's absolutely no. But when you have been married for as long as we have, when you have known the other person, I think we sat and
put your mouth closer to the microphone.
I think we've known each other for 29 years, married 21. October will be 21. So we are starting over. We are absolutely starting over. And no, we don't share every single piece of that because there are private parts to our relationship. That sounded funny.
Yeah, it did.
Private parts to our relationship, of course, that we are going to keep to ourselves. And somebody, because people are so funny because they're trying to be kind and sweet, but they are also nosy as fuck, right?
Yeah. They are.
So, and I get that, and it doesn't even bother me a little bit. But somebody was like, saw on Instagram, got a new ring, gonna tell us about it or what? Question mark. And I laughed because I was like, no, it wasn't a plan to discuss the fact that I got a new wedding ring. It was a
But
choice.
did you post the wedding ring specifically?
No. Somebody
just
just
noticed
saw
it?
noticed it in an Instagram story. And I laughed because I was like,
Disturbing.
well, here's, what we decided to do was because we were starting we were starting new. We took the old wedding ring set, we traded it in, and I found a piece of estate jewelry.
Well, you didn't tell Tiffany yet?
Yeah, you've told us.
Yeah,
the
I
story.
told Tiffany separately, not on the podcast.
No, you did tell us on the podcast.
I did.
I could have sworn that you did.
Oh,
Maybe
I
you
thought I
told
only
me
told you.
Maybe you did. Maybe you did only tell
I
me
don't know.
separately. I might have been
Long
laying on the couch.
Long story short, I did. Somebody said I did. You told us the story there. Yeah. So long story short, it was an estate piece of jewelry. If you're just now hearing this, and it was hand cut, and it's got lots of imperfections in it. And that's what I am, somebody who has lots of imperfections. So
Yeah.
I fell in love with the ring because it had this story, and the story, I felt seen in the story.
Mhm.
And so that's why somebody was like, getting a new ring is more private than paddles and thongs, question mark.
You know what? Isn't it weird though? It is. Some things feel more. I get it.
It was just not something that, because there are people out there that every time you go to their social channel or whatever, they're like, look at this new thing I bought. And that's not the way that I am. I don't care about shit in that manner, or like showing you something new that I got or whatever. I mean, unless it's like really cool, like a steam mop, then I'm going to talk about it. But for me,
okay.
that it just wasn't those things. But the ring, I fell in love with. And so when we were like, okay, we can do a tradesies, it just made sense to us.
Wow, you did a trade?
Yeah, I traded my old set.
Damn, that's like, that kind of makes it like more official. Like you're giving up the past to someone else.
I gave them the rings and said, how do we make this work where I want this one? Can you tell me how much this one is worth? And can we do a trade? And the guy was like, yep. So that's what we did. And there were parts of me that were really sad because that is the set that he gave me to be engaged and everything. But
yeah,
I'm way more excited about our future than worrying about a piece of jewelry that was given to me in the past.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's what. And Marie was like, wait a minute, I was just kidding about the paddles. I was not even a little bit upset, Marie. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. I did too.
So it's just weird. It's funny, the stuff that people bring up, right? And because they just want to, be nosy about it or whatever. And it's like, that's fine. I understand. We're public people.
Mhm.
We're on the internet. You can see us. You see the things that we're going through every day. I honestly didn't even think about the fact that it was on my hand and somebody might notice. I didn't think about it.
I don't even, well, you wouldn't. I mean, I think it's very observant for someone to notice that. And I think that's cool.
So anyway, so that was that. And so then this whole week has really just been about getting Matthias packed because we leave tomorrow at noon to drive to Miami.
Maybe there's a full screen view somewhere, but I feel like you just moved yourself out of the frame.
Oh, did I?
Is it just for me that happened, or like that is centered? But I don't know if that's how it shows up on YouTube. I don't mind seeing half of you.
Yeah, don't move again. You're fine.
Is it fine now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what. Because I had originally moved it to show you Sophia.
It crops
No,
up.
literally 2 seconds ago, you just moved it.
I don't know.
You went like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is
That's
there
all.
toilet paper? That's embarrassing. All right, let me not ever do that again. Okay, so how temperature check? How we doing with the impending, you know what?
Sad, but he's ready. We're ready in a sense. We sat 2 nights ago and had a good long conversation about him. He got added to our Uber account. There is zero reason to make any stupid choices because he always has a safe ride home that we pay for that he doesn't even have to worry about.
Love.
We are setting him up an Amazon account under us so that because he doesn't have a car, if he needs something or wants to use like the grocery part of it to get things, he's got that all set up. So we talked about that. We talked about, just making good choices. We understand that he's going to go out and he will be in a situation where he is going to drink alcohol or do something, but that, choices have consequences and he is an athlete. And so, if he gets caught doing things he shouldn't be doing, there are consequences for that. And we talked about putting himself in situations with the opposite sex that could potentially cause issues and that he needs to be aware of the fact that you're an adult, you're 18, you go out, you make a choice, you be prepared about the choice that you're making. So my Amazon cart was filled with lots of different things. And it was funny because, I ordered this like mega pack of condoms. And so the Amazon stuff ships all separately, right? Like you're getting all these different packages that come in. And so like I bought like a med kit with like anti-diarrhea and sinus meds and blah, 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 and whatever. And so that way in the dorm room, like if somebody gets sick, they have like over the counter, like meds.
Love.
And like he gets bloody noses. And so I got him those like, they call them nose pons. They're like tiny tampons for your nose. So I bought him like this little like care kit that he can have stuff in his room in case those things happen. So like all this stuff comes in and I'm opening packages and trying to put the stuff away, like pack it for him. And I don't see the condoms. And I look at him and I'm like, did all the stuff come in today? Because I ordered a couple of more things and I don't see them there. And he's like, are you talking about the protection? I've already packed it. And I was like, so you left all the other shit here, but you made sure to pack the protection.
That's hilarious.
So I was like, okay. So I giggled about that. But yeah, I think that we're ready. I think that I don't think we're ready. I think he's ready.
Yeah.
And I think that I will have to take Xanax on the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just being honest.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So
do you think Xanax would make things worse?
I don't know.
I haven't taken Xanax obviously in 12 years, but I remember it making me very like emotional before passing out and losing 2 days of my life.
I think I'll just take the appropriate dose.
Do you take footballs? I
don't know what that is.
Never mind.
Okay. So how is school going for your kids? Because they've started, right?
Yeah, they started. School seems to be going great. Caden's in the advanced classes, which is wonderful, but also highly concerning because every gifted kid I've known has become a felon.
That you've done hard research on that?
No, every gifted kid I've known.
How many gifted kids do you know that are now felons?
All the ones that were in my class. Just found out Flip was in my 3rd grade class. It hasn't been confirmed by a yearbook, but we had the same teacher for 3rd grade and we're the same age. Anyway, no, I think there's something to be said about gifted kids and that they don't necessarily become felons, but they do. You know what? Let me not make broad statements. I'm just going to keep a close eye on Caden is all I'm saying.
Right. Before he starts jacking cars and shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously, because our gifted kids' minds are just different. Not better, not worse. They're just different. And I don't know. Me and Flip were talking about this because he was in the gifted class too. And both of us are sitting here like, wait a minute, if you were gifted and I was gifted, and we both have felonies. But more importantly, my kids are signed up for sports. Here's the thing. I have a horrible habit of jumping on bandwagons when it's too late. So the first time I signed Chloe up for cheerleading, it was down to the wire. I was feeling the pressure. I was like, yes, let's do it. And then I found out it was competition cheerleading where we had to travel. And that was like a rude awakening I wasn't ready for. This time, I think I might have told you. Did I tell you? See, I did.
Yeah, we talked about this the last podcast.
Okay, stop me if I ever do that.
So
did I tell you about Caden?
What's the update though with Chloe? How is the 3 times a week going?
Oh, that's fine. But the whole reason I brought this up is because Caden, him and his dad really want him to do tackle football. I know. And I'm really against it, but I was outvoted. And so now my son is doing fucking tackle football. And I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm not using this as an excuse. I've done a lot of thinking about this. I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe that I cannot watch his games. I think it's going to really affect my OCD. And I think it's going to really I could cry on command just thinking about it right now. Like, it really, I hate it. I hate the idea. I can't even talk about it.
Yeah, that's tough. And it's like a done for sure thing.
Yeah, he's on the team. We've been going to practice. He has his first game this weekend.
So what is your plan? You're going to go to the first game and see what happens, or?
No, he's in. He's in. I was outvoted. It was him and his dad.
No. What are you going to do?
Oh, well, here's the thing is Chloe is cheering for the same league.
Okay.
So I'm going, I don't know if their games are at the same time. I don't think they are, which is so crazy. It would be so convenient if they were, but I don't think they are.
Yeah, it'll never work out that way.
I know. But I'm not going to watch. I'll be there to support him, but I will not have my eyes on him. I can't see him get hurt, Meredith. I can't. I know myself. I will not be able to control my rage.
So how old is he?
9.
Okay.
It's so dangerous. So many people end up with CTEs. I think they're called the freaking concussions. It's so much bodily harm for sport. And I know that some people are into that shit, but I don't want my little baby to do that. I can't handle him being tackled. I can't.
What's his position?
I don't really know.
Oh.
I don't really know. And I'm trying not to be a buzzkill because, of course, his dad is doing the same thing he's always done, which is calm down. It's fine. Without any explanation as to why it's fine. So it's not helpful. Like, it doesn't feel fine.
So I played football.
Get over here, Dave.
What?
I want to hear you.
Oh, I'm here, right here.
Sorry, was that rude? I'm in my
No.
rage.
No,
I'm
you're fine.
anxious.
You're fine. I'm not going to tell you to calm down or anything like that.
Thank you. I just want people to hear you if you're talking, and I can't.
Right? What do we learn? You can feel what you feel. That's fine.
Does he know he's not on the microphone?
You're not.
Yeah.
Your mic isn't on. She's saying
It's not on.
you're
Hello?
talking through the room.
All right. Is that
There
better?
it is.
There
Okay.
it is. She said, "You got it."
So feel your feelings. I played football
Oh,
for 3 years, 4
Oh.
years,
okay.
all 3 years of middle school and my freshman year of high school. And my mom was like you. There was not one uncovered inch of my body. I had pads on everything. Like, she bought extra pads for my shins and my arms and all of this stuff. And it was okay. I was okay. I didn't have any crazy experiences with that.
Okay.
What I wanted to share was the thought of football. So we told you Matthias, before he started track, came home and said, "I want to play football." And my answer to him was no. I had already played football, so I don't have necessarily a problem with it.
Mhm.
But when you are 16, 17 years old and you start hitting people at those speeds, that's where things can go, right? They can go, bad things can happen. because I looked at him, I said, if Brian came up to me right now and said, I'd like to play football, I'd probably say yes, because Brian was 10 or 11, and 10 or 11-year-olds running into each other. It's a little different than a 16, 17-year-old.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So they're not, a 9-year-old's not running a 4.340 running into another 9-year-old running a 4.440.
Okay.
So there's a lot of,
I don't know what you said.
He's talking about how fast they run. So
there's at
that's
9 and 10, there's a lot of, we're going to kind of bump into each other and slap hands and going to try to throw you down to the ground and
Okay,
stuff
so it
like
might
that.
not be what I'm expecting.
Correct.
I
It's
think
not.
you're
It's not
expecting
NFL Sunday.
Yeah, 100%.
I would maybe not go to a game. Don't let a game be the first thing you go to. Either go to a practice or go to like a jamboree.
That's this. Wait, what's a jamboree? Because that's what this
where they
weekend
play.
is.
They play just like a quarter. So it's instead of a full game, they play. They might have three different teams they play against, and they only play each team for a quarter. And then you can see, right, if you and look at, because you'll be at a park with hundreds of other kids playing. Watch the older kids play, and you'll see what they're doing, and then watch the younger kids play, and I think that you'll see him. Might see it a little differently.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you, Dave. That was actually helpful.
Yeah, and you said, well, they can get concussions. Every sport, there's the chance to get a concussion.
True.
Matthias got a concussion his junior season pole vaulting. He literally fell on the mat, brought the pole down with him. The pole reverberated, smacked him in the head, and he got a concussion.
Oh, I remember this.
Nasty one, right? So, and I have news for you. I love that he loves pole vaulting. I hate watching him pole vault.
Interesting.
I hate it. He's literally flinging himself in the air at this point over 15 feet. And by the time we get to see him at track, my guess is, based on how much training he did this summer and how good he looks, he'll be jumping 16 and a half feet by the time we see him in the spring.
That's terrifying, dude.
But he loves it. He works hard at it. He practices at it. He does all of the things he can do to be as safe as he possibly can with it. And so whatever sport our kids choose, we do have to put some faith into the fact that they are being coached and practicing. And, like I like watching football. I mean, we're Jags fans. We go to games occasionally, whatever. But like, I don't, it would not be the thing that I pick my kids to do. Right. But neither was horseback. I hated that. I hated watching her on top of a 700-pound, 800-pound animal. But that's what she liked to do, right?
I feel like tennis would be safe. I'd be okay with tennis.
The thing though is tennis, they can, break an ankle. They can do that. I'm sure tennis players have gotten concussions.
I had a concussion playing soccer. I got hit in the side of the head, continued to play for another 30 minutes. No one knew that I had a concussion.
That's why.
And then they took me in after.
Yeah, I got a concussion playing soccer too.
Well, I didn't want to let my fear of him getting hurt keep him from doing something he wanted to do.
It's not an irrational fear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's very validating, Dave. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Nothing you're saying or feeling is irrational at all. I 100% agree. All I'm saying is our kids are going to pick things and do things that we don't really want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just said, when you're videotaping Matthias, you can actually hear the nervousness in your voice while you're watching him.
Aww.
And it's true, because it's like, holy shit, he's upside down in the air, holding onto a pole before he lets go and just falls to the mat.
That's crazy if you think about it.
Yeah. So
has anybody ever fallen the opposite way instead of
please, Tiffany, we have seen some shit.
He went up one time and the pole bent and threw him. Actually, more than once. Once it threw him sideways about 20, 25 feet. Once it threw him backwards about 20, 25 feet.
And he landed on the concrete?
He did not land. He fell. He literally fell out of the air.
No, that's what I mean. On the
not on the
concrete?
Yeah.
pad.
Yeah.
On the grass or whatever.
No, I was saying he didn't land like Spider-Man on his feet. Like he landed
Right.
like he dropped a sack of potatoes.
Yeah. Once the pole broke
No.
and he just fell.
Twice. He's broken too.
Broken 2 poles. So it is a absolute genuine fear that you have, but as your kids get older, unfortunately, this is going to happen more and more for you, where you're going to have to say to yourself, my kids are going to do these things, and I have to figure out how I'm going to support them through it, even though I either don't want them doing it, or I'm afraid of them doing it, or I'm feeling this emotion through it, because they're going to start making their own choices.
Yeah.
There's also some element of, so think of the idea of in every movie where like what is it? The parents don't like the boyfriend or girlfriend, and that just makes them like the boyfriend or girlfriend more, makes the kid like the boyfriend or girlfriend more. That whole idea,
true.
right? So it's like, I don't like it. Well, now I love football. I will do it forever.
Yeah,
right?
true. All right, so I gotta pretend like I love it, and he'll be like,
no,
"Okay."
you don't have to do that. Just,
Yeah, I don't want you to think that if you pretend that he's going to just be like, I hate football now because mom likes it.
Well, he might, knowing him.
Oh, and somebody's like, by the way, Meredith, that horse was around 1,300 pounds, not 700. Thanks for that update.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, it's nothing unreasonable.
Thank you. I'll
Just-
keep you posted on how our first jamboree goes
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah. Drew's what?
Just give yourself an out up front so that it's not like I'm just bailing because I hate. Just give yourself an out that I'm going to try.
Yeah.
And, I may have to take a break and step away, but
Yeah.
think
I
of that up front so it doesn't, it's not shocking to
Right.
you or anyone.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I have to pee so bad.
Well, you have to go anyway because you have an appointment.
I'm taking my car for a tune-up because I'm a grown adult person who does things. So
That is a great way to end the podcast.
yeah, it is.
Yes. So, all right, guys, we will see you next time on another episode of Take It
or Leave It, an advice-ish podcast hosted by 2 struggling moms
who have no idea what we're doing. We will see you next week, guys.
Love you. Bye.
All right. So